And to be honest, since then, April Fool has been relegated to the back.
What April Fool story do you remember? Has somebody done you some? Have you done somebody something?
I can't remember. Also, when you get into adulthood, you realize life is not a joke.
When you were a child, you're not doing April Fool.
Oh, as for that one, dear, you try your best. April Fool. But also in the Ghanaian household, you don't April Fool by heart. Before the joke has landed, your mother has given it to you hot.
I did my grandmother's song.
What did you do to her?
So where she was living and where we were living, it was far.
Okay.
It was quite a distance, maybe like from maybe 37 to like TV3.
Oh, it's not too far, but you have to you walk.
37 TV3 is like car far or into.
Okay.
We are walking is
a distance.
Yeah. This is like an over 60-year-old woman. I called her one when I was looking for her.
In the name of April Fool.
In the name of April Fool.
I hope you were beaten.
Oh no, I was not beaten. She came and then we had a nice family time. But she was not looking for her when she came.
You just summoned your grandmother just like that.
Yeah, she come here.
I'm not serious. Somebody will do it to you as well.
April Fool stories. But there's a more pressing thing we need to talk about, Helen. We're talking about road safety. You know that we're still in the festive period, Anissa. The Muslim brothers and sisters, they're still celebrating, Eid al-Fitr after the fast. The president had some words of caution for them, and Christians will be ending Lent and will be getting into Easter also very soon. So the entire period is a period of festivities, a period of enjoyment. There's the need to be cautious on our roads. Let's take a listen to what the president said to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Then the National Road Safety Authority, they also cautioned our brothers on the celebrations of Eid al-Fitr. And as we're getting into Easter in the next couple of weeks, there'll be the need for this caution. But first is President John Dramani Mahama.
The celebration of Eid al-Fitr is one that should be done with peace and dignity. Unfortunately, in the past, reckless riding, reckless driving has led to unfortunate loss of life. And I want to say, no one must die in the celebration of Eid. No one must die at the end of the celebration of the holy month of Ramadan. And so I'm going to caution our young people who drive their cars recklessly and ride their motorbikes recklessly. I've asked the police to look out for you. And if you ride recklessly or drive recklessly, we'll arrest you. My brothers and sisters, let us work together, guided by the principles of faith, justice, and compassion, to create a brighter future for ourselves and future generations. May Allah bless our nation and guide us on the path of peace and prosperity. And on this day, I want to take the opportunity once again to call on our brothers.
President John Dramani Mahama there, but also the National Road Safety Authority. They released a statement cautioning celebrants ahead of the Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Portions of the statement say that the festive season is often characterized by increased movement and activity on our roads, leading to increased risk of traffic crashes. If safety measures are overlooked, the authority urges all road users to take frontline responsibility for their safety and that of others on the road to ensure safe and incident-free celebrations. We urge all drivers and motorcyclists to refrain from overloading, overspeeding, and engaging in dangerous driving and reckless riding. Pedestrians are advised to avoid jaywalking and use designated crossing points such as zebra crossings and pedestrian footbridges. I like this advice, Helen, that we should take our safety very, very serious. I mean, the festive season, it is characterized by increased movement and activities. The authority urges all road users to take frontline responsibility for their safety.
Very important. especially as we know year on year, at least since about 2020, as far as road traffic accidents are concerned, we still have motorcycles contributing over 40% of that. So that's another area to keep a keen eye on, especially with this new government being keen on legalizing the use of Okada, and that's using motorcycles as taxis.
Right.
That hopefully with the formalization, regularization, that might help actually to reduce those numbers as far as the crashes are concerned.
Well, that is if it happens. Anyways, let's speak to Abraham Amaliba. He is the Acting Director General of the National Road Safety Authority. Council, good morning to you. How are you, sir?
Good morning to you and to your listeners.
How have your holiday celebrations been?
Let me say good morning to your co-host as well.
Helen, Council is greeting you.
Good morning.
Okay. All right. What was your question?
I'm asking how have you celebrated the holidays?
Well, not being a Muslim, I just take it easy, cool, and I'm home.
I see. Anyways, we're in the festive season. The first is for our Muslim brothers and sisters. For Christians, they'll be celebrating Easter shortly. And road compliance and, road incidents during festivities, they keep increasing. What do we need to do?
If you notice, before the celebration, we had issued a press statement, and I sent it to your producer, indicating that celebrants must be circumspect in the way they celebrate. And so our statement came even before the president made the similar call at the prayer grounds. We have what is called the Easter campaign. Every year we do that program where we have prominent people in society delivering messages to would-be travelers. And during Easter, people travel along the length and breadth of this country. So we intend to have the Gamma chair give us a statement. The president, we're looking for another person who is a clergy. So there are programs lined up, and we'll be in Co. That is where the activity is being conducted during the Easter break. And so we are not resting on our oars.
I see. If you look at the trend, the road incidents or the road crashes that we see during festivities, they keep increasing. From what you said, what may be accounting for these factors?
The need to make more money, the need to go fast to your destination and come back and pick another set of people. And so there's so much speed. Then you also have alcohol-related, accidents. The fact also is that because there are so many people on the roads, definitely you have, with the combined effect of the two I have mentioned, you have fatalities or you have accidents. But what is the solution? And that's what I want to focus on. The solution is to test drivers, and we have started that program as well. Before they sit behind the steering wheel, you have to test them for alcohol-related offenses. And that is done at the terminals. Then also, I have a program. The law allows us to insist that drivers install, or owners of vehicles, passenger vehicles, install what is called speed governance, or what you will call speed limiters in their vehicles. And in the coming days, I'm going to activate that law. When we do some of these things, I'm sure the spate of accidents will reduce.
Right, Council. Let's rope in the element of motor riders. I mean, or Okada riders, because we'll be getting into the festive seasons. There'll be lots of traffic in town, and people would want to use their services to beat the traffic. Now, there's a conversation too about regularizing their activities. For the National Road Safety Authority, what role will you play in the general conversation about Okada riders and regularizing their work?
We are a key stakeholder when it comes to the regularization, because our authority is the regulatory authority. DVLA, in order that you don't get confused, DVLA is a licensing authority, so get the two straight. So we are the ones who kickstart the process. For instance, we, after the law has been passed to make it legal, it is our duty to ensure that the motor riders adhere to road safety protocols. So they will be reflectors, they will have helmets, they would also be trained or given sensitization in road safety. Then the DVL will also do its part. We also intend to put some speed governance in the motorbikes and limit their speeds. We also want to ensure that we do this thing in terms of IT, so that when an Okada picks you, we can monitor its movement from a central point. So we are an integral part in this legalization of Okada. Now, because it is illegal, state institutions cannot engage them to say, look, you need to obey road traffic rules. You need to have some training. You can't do that with them because you will be engaging an illegal group. But when they become legal, then institutions like ours will be able to engage them. At that point, you will begin to see reduction in motor crashes.
So we're still talking about riders. Let's bring in the food delivery riders, people who are not necessarily picking other riders, pillion riders. Now, for they too, in the conversation of road safety, they also need to beat time. They also need to arrive early because they have goods to deliver to people, and all of that. They are also sometimes caught up in the web of, road traffic breaches, running red lights, not riding with helmets and all of that. Also some forms of reckless riding and all of that. What is the approach to rope them into the conversation as well, beyond, the regular Okada?
When the law is passed to regularize Okada, it is going to affect food delivery Okadas, then pillion riders Okadas, and tricycles. You remember we have this, not Abuboya, but this yellow, they call them Mama Kandu. In some parts of the country, it's not Okada, which is prominent there. It is this yellow.
Right.
So they are all going to come under that law, and they will be regulated. When we went to Rwanda to study their on a study tour, we realized that when traffic is red, the traffic light is red, all of them stop. You don't have a situation where they jump traffic. And in Rwanda, the laws are applied strictly. So now that we are about to even amend the law, the police MTTD is part of the process, and they are also inputting into the law provisions that can help them to enforce the law. And I've told some of the Okada riders, when I met some of them, that the legalization comes with responsibility. And it is for them to also know that when it is regularized, then they will also have to obey traffic regulations, else they'll be arrested.
Director, let me ask you about pedestrians as well. You know, we also are a huge number. We constitute a huge number of people who use the road. But when it comes to road markings available for us and drivers or other road users respecting us on the road, it's a little dicey. Seems we're not, respected enough when it comes to the conversations about the road.
Okay, so let me take this opportunity to educate your listeners. When it comes to road markings in cities and regional capitals, the responsibility falls on urban roads. When it comes to road markings on highways, it is the responsibility of highways authority. When it comes to road markings in districts, it is the responsibility of feeder roads. Then street lightening is the responsibility of district assemblies. So we, as an authority, are like regulators. We are not like, we are regulators, yeah. Now, as a regulator, we look out for areas or instances where these institutions I've mentioned have failed to perform their responsibilities. As we speak, there's a situation at Brimso River on the way to Kumasi. The side railings are all broken. It is bare. Cars easily fall into the river. I've spoken to the Highways Authority. I've not seen any action. I've issued compliance notice. After a number of days, I think it was stated in the letter, the compliance notice, if we don't see any action, I will sue them in court. So don't be surprised to see two state institutions battling it out in court. I believe that as a lawyer, you only use the law to ensure compliance.
I see. So is this something that, Council, is this something that is on the books that you intend to really carry out?
These things have been there. We are a sleeping giant. Road Safety Authority is a sleeping giant. But with my nature, I will resurrect that sleeping giant to do his work.
I see. Now, in our quest to make our roads safe, there's the element of technology that will be employed or deployed to help us do that. For the National Road Safety Authority, are you, gravitating towards that? How is it going for you?
Technology in what sense?
In, detecting drivers who are overspeeding. I'm talking about speed cameras, in testing.
Oh, yes. So we have what is called traffic tech, which is coming up. And it is already being rolled out. You remember the police did a test run where people overspeed and also jump traffic lights were given some text messages on their phones. It was test run, and people were talking about it. That is the one I'm talking about. There will be speed cameras on our roads. Some will be mounted on vehicles, and this time it is not a policeman who will stop you. What will happen is that once you jump the traffic light or you overspeed, you'll see an alert on your phone to pay. You pay by Momo. If you fail to pay, each day you fail to pay, then the amount increases. So we are doing this together with the MTTD and then the GVLA, and this will come into being when the law that we are amending is approved by Parliament.
Council, thank you so much for your time with us on the program. We're speaking with the Acting Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Abraham Amaliba there.
Consider me, they better ya don't for papa be my yesu. Yeah, that's a one queen. Mama, you 200 more crowns, I had done the food. I was saying, sharp was for day. Road safety commission, I buy ye be here more. 600,000 here, how much gain? So, what be Baba show with them now? One Pamonoa. Million of Ghana for ye be Biana by me to me, I am Bohopo. Yeah, I say, when you are over, I'm the Susie Williams, when you're when the baby come.
I don't know whether you've had some bad experiences on the road recently.
Honestly, every day you venture out into the roads, you've got to be very careful, be very, very alert.
Every day is a risk.
Every day is a risk when you step out on our roads. In as much as some years we have almost 3,000 people losing their lives, you always have to be thankful that you make it back home in one piece. Now, the question you asked about road markings, very important, because sometimes it's things as little as that make the difference. Roads clearly marked out to ensure that everybody knows what lane they are in, and so on and so forth. For pedestrians, clearly mapped out sidewalks, which we don't really have much of. So you're competing with motorcyclists, bicycle riders, everybody on one road. It's quite worrying.
And our favorites, the trotro people.
The trotro drivers, my goodness. Sometimes their critique of you is that Unkwana call driving school. We have to change our thinking and our perception on the road. And so it was listening to Mr. Malba speaking. He talks about driver attitude, issues concerning drink driving and the rest. So the onus is not just on the authorities to ensure that we're all safe. We also have a very big role to play. I often talk about the role or the place of ego in our driving. It is so bothersome. And sometimes, let me speak to the men a little bit. You know, women get a lot of slack or catch a lot of heat for not being the best drivers. But sometimes somebody will say,
you are wicked drivers.
That is true. I, for one, I endorse that message. Me, I'm very wicked. I won't give you space to pass so that you come and inconvenience me. I beg you, wait. Because sometimes, let's say we are all turning right. It happens on my junction a lot. And you just be monitoring, you're waiting for the road to be clear so that you can also enter. The world's best driver, NASCAR, somebody will also come and creep beside you. And one of the things I'll roll down my window and ask, and you see that you and the person are moving right at the same time. So clearly, the same eyes I'm using to watch how to enter is the same thought. Then why didn't you quickly go ahead of me if you knew how to quickly advance? It bothers me. We have a lot of ego in our driving. You are driving at a pace that is not suitable. As soon as I attempt to overtake it, that's when you want to show me that your engine is 2.6 capacity. But before that, you were not doing so. We have a lot of funny little practices. The way that we drive, very bothersome.
You see,
very no patience.
When somebody's talking to you, you can shoulder the person's. When somebody's stuck to you, you can shoulder the person's. We even do that on the road.
I'm telling you.
See that the car is coming to bypass you now. You shoulder
them. You want to show that, yes, I'm also here. And you see the car is struggling to keep up. But just for the simple, and woe betides you if they see that you are a lady and you want to overtake.
Oh, Helen.
My goodness.
We are more patient with female drivers.
No.
Right now, we too have known. The way they are wicked, we too have doing them the same.
Because sometimes the perception is that, my speed, me. I'll get there before you get there.
Because I observe that normally when you're behind somebody and the person is slow, misbehaving, like I'm moving, I'm not moving, like I'm turning, I'm not turning. You have no idea what this driver is doing on the road. Then you are boiling. The moment you catch up with the person and realize that it's a lady, say, okay. Then you slow down.
Even me sometimes, if I see a lady, I say, okay, you're Even me, I say, you know, mommy, especially on Sundays, you know, because I know even my own mother on Sunday when she's going to church, should I enter this lane? Will I be late? Do I have time to? So I understand them. But for me, my biggest gripe is with our able-bodied males, young ones. And it's like the whole world. It be you know, driving past anybody. The way they'll maneuver on the road. Where are you going? Where are you even going? That's what I'm saying. You'll be turning right. Somebody will find a way to squeeze back. And at the same time, you're both entering. Did you think that I wasn't seeing? You think where I'm going, I'm not in a hurry, eh? I'm in a hurry more than you are. Go back.
Somebody said it's only... Is that what Ghana? Everybody is in a hurry to know where.
Is it busy for nothing?
Yeah, busy for. Somebody made that statement quite. I think within the week.
Especially the hairs. The person is dead. You are now racing.
That thing doesn't make sense to me at all.
Now that the person is resting in peace, that's why you want me to go and join them. The person is now at rest.
Then the motor guys are there. They're doing ping. Then they come and cross you. Why?
The camera people who sit in the vehicles before the hairs, they sit on the window and they are holding camera. They swerve small now. You see your swag.
I'm telling you, honestly, those are my biggest gripes. So we share the responsibility. The state has a lot to do, a lot of part to play. Mr. Maliba says that he doesn't mind taking another state agency to court, and we should watch out for that, so that if road markings are not completed and so on and so forth, we should see some state-on-state sanctions happening. It doesn't happen often, but if he's true to his word, maybe we can see some reforms in our road infrastructure, because the lives we lose on our roads, needless. Let me tell you, go to Scandinavian countries, for them to even get 6 deaths a year on their road sometimes, I think maximum 30.
But that one too, the road is part.
The road is,
I mean,
of course, it's not necessarily
reckless.
No, the road is also part, but the education is there, because before you get a license, before I got a license in the UK, hala ila. What kind of exam did I not do? I failed my first test. Had to go and do a second one, and you pay. You have to do a minimum number of lessons. You've got to prove that you too can be on the road. I mean, the test is not easy at all. And after a while, if you haven't used your test results to back it up with practical, it expires. So you go back and do the test again, because you have to have some confidence that those around you are also aware of the rules. They have that emotional intelligence. When I was learning how to drive in the UK, even behavior patterns I knew. So even now, before somebody is going to turn, I can sense it. I can tell by the car movement. It is so detailed. It gives you some confidence. But here, when you are driving, somebody will ask you, then you to know. Driving school. In fact, it is used against you. The fact that you want to do the right thing. Sometimes you are going along, you see people are passing over sidewalks. Some, if they get crowded, they'll jump over the bridge. You doing the right thing, everybody's laughing at you. Oh, you're serious. The behavior is a big deal.
He went to Canada. This a man who has driven all his entire life in Ghana. He went to Canada. Then he had to go through the process. The man said, no, you don't go do again. You don't want to drive again. It's okay. He won't drive again.
Yeah.
He said the stress he went through just to get a license to drive in Canada. It wasn't easy.
I'm telling you.
Just like you have said, test upon test, layer upon layer, even the car, your knowledge of the car.
Yes.
It all comes into play.
Before you start, they're asking you, where is this? This tool, what did they do? They mark you. Now, the cameras are everywhere. Before you get home, you are doing 40 on a 30. They've written to you. Sometimes you don't even have to talk much. They've taxed you already. It's come out of your. It's not somebody that's come to stop you. Hey.
It is not a negotiation.
It's not that somebody come and stop you. Then you negotiate the fine.
Council says that you pay with your mobile money. If I don't open my mobile money, I'll like.
How like you see? So the enforcement is that you have no option.
You mean it's not like somebody is standing at a traffic light and say you have crossed, you say you have not crossed. You have crossed, I've not crossed. Okay, what shows I've crossed? But I saw you.
Then they say, then they pack. And as for the ladies, they don't spare us. Pack. And I remember one say, hey, Uncle Madi, come on, normally I'm on drive, you say you. I said, you speed now, then they'll bet you. You haggle.
So are you saying I'm lying?
You haggle, and then that's me. Normally, I'll be sitting there, ain't you buying? And then my birthday.
And
then my birthday. None of that. So the deterrence, I mean, is just you have no option. We have speed cameras, we're told. Me, I've been told I've been captured on one camera. This was 2020. 21 or so. I'm still waiting for them to call. The policeman told me that you have captured you. The camera has captured you. I'll send you a message. I have your license plate. I was going.
You were going.
Till this day, I'm waiting for the capture for the license plate. So I went home and I told my auntie that, hey, police said they will send me as a share. I'm living in the fantasy world, So I think we have to all play our
So you
parts.
see, those are the kind of reforms that we should be talking. And I think we have the capacity. Indeed, there are cameras.
Yes.
You know, at every major traffic crossing, there are cameras there. But how and whether or not those cameras are linked to your personal details as a driver. So if, for instance, the police, the MTT guy standing at the traffic light there, if he wants to track you, can he track you? Because all he will have will be your
plate.
Number plate.
Plate.
That's all he would have. So can they use that number to track you? Even going beyond that, those guys who drive the DV,
if they
my
track
biggest
you and
headache.
If they track you and finish, okay, I've used it to track me.
Okay, so now we know it is Crosby.
So what?
So will they be able to locate Crosby?
Yes, you have located me.
No, if then they will arrest you. That one.
I thought you were coming to talk about fines.
Oh no.
This one is arrest.
No. They will arrest you. They will arrest you because there and then they can't fine you. They would have to take you to a court. Then the court will fine you. That's why a lot of the policemen will tell you, "I'll take you to motor court." Or the other, what's the name again, Abiam?
Why would Abiam know? Abiam has never been in violation. He does not know anything about
this one. Helen
courts.
is the one saying it.
Abiam, is your seatbelt working? Your seatbelt
Do they even check those things?
Oh yes, so share.
But you are on the
yes.
road. There's a police vehicle by you. All the human beings, all the police officers in the car. Nobody's wearing.
That is why I'm asking, and they always overload.
Yes,
they always overload. Yes. That's why I'm asking whether they check seat belts. I've never seen a police car. Those the pickups that they use. They always overload.
If you don't have your seatbelt on, of course, then I know for a lot of it will betize you. That one. For that, I give it to Ghana Police. But at least from my experience, I get that impression.
That they are serious about
that particular. maybe it's where I've been.
You know the thing that auto drivers do. So they'll buckle the seat belt inside, and then they'll sit on the belt. When they see a police officer approaching, then they pull the belt from their back.
Yes, because they'll ask you.
So they are wearing it for the policeman.
Yes, they'll see because that's like if you ever want your time wasted, just let them see you not wearing it. Forget.
The way they do it is so funny. Seatbelts with buckle name.
Yes.
On the seats, and there is no.
When you sit and then you slip into it like this, then when they
that's
slip
one
out of it.
Helen says you slip into it.
Oh no, my.
No, but it should be possible to. It should be possible to track drivers using the Ghana card, and if we do that, then we can take away the bribery, the corruption, the time wasting. You see, the UK example you were sharing. If a policeman is stopping me, and we both know that it's because I crossed a red line.
Yeah.
And it is not now that we are coming to argue over whether I crossed it or not. The evidence is there. It is clear that I have crossed. He has stopped me. He has shown me the thing. Then he says that the bill is coming, or there's some warrant that has been sent to your home address requiring you to appear before a certain court. You see, that is where you know that systems are working. And that is where you know that nobody is wasting your time. I'm in a hurry coming to work. I'm supposed to be on air at 6 o'clock. Then some policeman has stopped me at 5:50 and is now coming to argue with me as to whether I was wearing seatbelt, whether I crossed red light, and this one usually it is nothing. It's just nothing. It ends up with you paying 10 Ghana. Ten Ghana, where is it going to?
Right now they have increased the price.
It's more than 10 Ghana.
Oh, right
now, it's whatever is available. Even your 33 cedis, the 1, 2, 3, the one that fell on the side.
I showed some police officers 7 cedis to my momo.
It's a transfer. See, if you do that to me, I'll take a picture of you with your name tag and I'll put it on Facebook. If you do that, if you try that thing with me, I will not spare you.
So I'm surprised that
and you see, you are somebody's father, if for nothing at all. Forget the uniform you are wearing.
Little drops of water.
Yes,
Massa. You are somebody's father. You are somebody's husband.
Where's not what Crosby is saying? It happens. Where's not what
See
Crosby
me
is saying?
screaming. They've asked me to bring my bread before.
That's what I'm saying. If you have a chill, a colleague of ours that used to work, I'll mention her name, gathered hair, shawam, everything for the night. How she was going to go home and put on the Netflix, the chill, everything on the passenger side. I don't even know what her offense is. I think just by virtue of going home.
She didn't have an extinguisher.
I don't mean and that shawarma, the chilled drink, everything, just as it was packaged nicely.
Shawarma, bring it.
Oh,
shawarma or breezy. Charlie, we have to go. We have to go. But since Helen, before we go, Frederick, show us the certain picture. I mean, you know that tomorrow is a big day in the Ashanti region.
It is.
Yes, it's a big day. The former running mate to Dr. Bawumia in the 2024 elections. His name is Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. He's going to Adum PZ to
the fireplace.
The fireplace. But he has his own. He has done it some way. He has done flyer. He has done flyer. The flyer is wearing some cowboy hat, and then they have done some sphere.
Is that the fire behind him?
Yes.
That's a fire.
Look at his dark glass, Charlie. Hello, he said the comment was gringo.
Somebody said, shout out to my gringo.
I don't blame him.
Come to our Facebook
you people,
page.
They showed up. Somebody showed up with rice and oil and soap. He said, no, you don't want. Now we have to prepare and bring the things you want.
on the man's own Facebook page, the comment I'm reading, this one says, what is the meaning of this strange design? A black man is always wishing for atrocities to take advantage. That's something that one people Daniel is saying.
You know how our politics goes in this country. For me, what this signals is that Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh wants us to know that he's still very much in the system. He hasn't taken a step back like some pundits are suggesting that we're not going to be hearing from him or seeing him. I think this is a relaunch back into the space, and that is why he actually put out a flyer. So I think moving forward, as the conversations rage on about how the leadership of the New Patriotic Party will go on.
I don't think the problem is with putting out a flyer.
No, I think, but if you are going to waiting concern flyer.
Let me read you some comments. This one says, this is more of a movie premiere. It's just more of a movie premiere than a commiseration.
I hope we can end the show with Shatawale. Shout out to my.
So this is who plays Sisifia. It says, if this is not more of a war movie, then I don't know which epic movie series you want to make.
It is well.
It's like a cowboy hat.
Oh, Charlie.
Right? Like a cowboy hat.
American cowboy.
But they said nobody announced, their visit to PZ when the fire happened. But only you are going there, no? You are.
But that's what I'm saying.
I have just said. You people.
That's
when we didn't announce and we showed up with rice, you insulted us. Said we should carry our rice away. Okay, we are announcing. This time we are announcing that we are coming, so that you tell us what we should bring. So now we have announced.
I mean, but it's quite a sensational.
Edum people, tell us what you want.
Edum PZ Inferno victims. You know what an inferno is?
Charlie,
tomorrow, Wednesday, 10 a.m.
The design, no? Charlie, some hard to be and some dark shades.
It's the background for me. It's the background for me. This is the part of the movie, that last scene when the blowman has finished everything there, and then he throw the grenade into the back.
Yes. Boom.
Then he goes slow motion. Slow motion. The movie finished with that. He has pumping. Yes.
No, I think Green Boy will be better. Green Boy is better. The comments are funny. The comments.
I hope they're not telling him to bring his own timetable because he has put time there already, 10 a.m. Wednesday, 2nd April. He has other timetable, so please don't ask him to bring his own timetable.
I'm reading the comments, but I don't know what it means. The person says that the thing you cannot do it anything, and we just say
you cannot
do it anything. Like
Netia.
That's what the person. Yeah. This one is from Kwame. Kwame says the thing nothing can be
on his own
very page.
Kwame says the thing nothing can be done about it. We for left him like that. What's he trying to say?
The fire. No. This one. But that's true. They released them already. You can't change it.
It's not the fire. It's not the picture. Whatever it is.
Make me tell it. Me never say no bad man. Yes, you got that.
He also pasted it on X, and on X, same thing. It's a wild west. Somebody said, "This is a Doom PZ cowboy." Hey, and this is what I was saying, and I'm not saying I share the same opinion, but if I were to offer some reasons why I think there's artwork along with it, Linus Mill says it's disheartening to see how political motivations can overshadow genuine concern. That's what he thinks. Now, it would have been meaningful if politicians had reached out during the past 8 years rather than only showing up when there's crisis. Well, he says it's important to show support in times of need.
No doubt.
And I hope that future interactions can reflect a more sincere commitment to the people. So I think that element seems to be lacking, especially when it follows some razzmatazz. You instantly go to political motivations, and nobody can begrudge me that opinion whatsoever. I live in this country. I do this day in, day out. But any support is absolutely welcome and necessary, regardless of the form it takes, whether cowboy, inferno, poster, blockbuster. That's right.
To go there and commiserate with the people. But somebody says the person who designed the poster, the person should return the money that they paid him because.
But maybe that's the concept they gave him. We are all into communications, and you want to convey the message that.
Somebody says sack your designer. I figure they can't release movie. Stop that.
Designer, I was about to say something for you.
There are those who say that this one too is to announce presence. I'm still in the political space, presidential ambition, vice presidential ambition, Napo and Balamia, Napo and Ken. Anyways. But Charlie, we have to go. Our time is up. That's our package for you this morning. We can always log onto our website, 3news.com, for more news. My name is Noble Crosby, and then Helen Apiampofu has been here with me with Sixtus Don Olo. Thank you so much for being part of our morning. Helen, we'll see you again tomorrow morning. But before we go, a big happy birthday to Bella Mundi. From all of us here at Media General, yes. Happy birthday to you, Bella Mundi. We understand today is your birthday. Have a great year ahead. May God bless your new age. Be fulfilled in this your new age. Remember that it's still April Fool's Day. Don't let somebody do you rough. Take care of yourself. We'll see you again tomorrow.
The best in the morning is on 92.